Now today is the first day I've taken over the property. Now a lot of plannings to be done, a lot of things to be done. Power connection is there, but I need to check whether the motors are working fine. I need to add few more motors to get water, sufficient water for the plantations. My plan is like, see, I don't know how far it will work out, but I'm definitely going to try. Okay, okay. Okay. Why do people don't get into farming? Or if you ask a kid, what do you want to become, what do you want to do in life, so they would give you answers like which are really trending professions, like an engineer or a designer or a management person or a coder or a programmer or a software engineer or some startups. These are the answers what we listen from people. And even when you talk to people also, why people are really not talking about becoming a person who would be producing food for others. That's a farmer does really big things. And there are different types of farming. Now technology is being used for farming. And I want to talk about what could be the reasons why a person wouldn't want to get into farming. I have been working developing a farm for the last 4 years. Again, as I tell you, it's not so easy. Even in my case, I have taken farming as a part-time thing or a passionate thing, not as a full-time profession, because there are so many reasons which stops a person who would want to even become a farmer. So let's talk about why a person wouldn't get into farming. And these are things which I could understand in last 4 years. I'll explain these things to you guys towards the end of the video. I can give you some suggestions because I have gone through this, so I have a lot of understanding about this, and I have some solutions for this also. The first major thing is initial costs. So you need to invest money to buy a land if you are planning for long term. If you're planning for a short crop, like if you want to do some ginger or some really good cash crop, you lease the land for 1 or 2 years short term. You develop the land, you do the farming, you do the harvest, make money out of that. That's a good thing which many people are doing. And I'll tell you, especially crops like ginger make a lot of money out of this. It's like you lease a land for 18 months and you can like invest up to 5 to 6 lakhs per acre, and there are like people who make up to 20 lakhs per acre from that. That's something working really good. But because of the initial investment, many people don't get into farming. Other This is actually a short term thing, but for a long term, people think about buying farmland. Buying farmland is very costly, and not just buying farmland, you need to develop, and nothing comes instantly. So you need to be patient, you need to keep investing. And many people wouldn't have the capital money to invest and start farming. So one big reason is the initial investment. Second most important reason is economic uncertainty. Because of depending on many factors which are not under our control, farming is very risky. You invest a lot of money, and if the crop doesn't come well, because if it's a bad weather, if too much of rain, too less rain, or any other reason, there's a pest attack, you can lose everything. So it's quite a risky thing. So many people don't want to get into that. That's one of the major reason why people don't get into farming. Third reason is you need good labor. It's a labor intensive process. You need good labor to work in farm, and we find it very difficult to get good reliable labor. That is one of the reason for people not getting into farm. Then one of the other reason is lack of knowledge and skill. You need to know about farming, you need to have some experience which you need to learn, and this experience comes over time. So initially you may do a lot of mistakes, and many people don't want to learn from their own mistakes. They don't want to take the risk, they cannot afford to take the risk, so they don't get into farming. Then comes urbanization and lifestyle changes. People would want to go to cities, have a good job, go to air conditioned office, sit there and work 9 to 5 job. Farming is not like that. You may have to work when the sun rises, and you may have to work till the sunset, or even work much harder. You may have to work in sun. There are no air conditioners there. You have to um, maybe work really hard to do farming. So one of the reasons could be that. Other reason what I feel is people feel that the profitability is very less. Yes, profitability is less if you are not doing it in the right way. I have learned a lot out of that. I can talk about that. Initially, I would say that if you're doing farming and investing a lot into fertilizers and labor and other materials, it would never be viable. And if you're going to sell it in a wholesale market, the middleman makes the money, not the farmer. So, what I have done is I do natural farming. I don't need pesticides or I don't need chemicals or fertilizers. Everything is available in my farm. I don't spend any money on that. And I do sell all my producers directly to the customers. So I get premium price. It viable for me. Other one major thing which I feel the current generation wouldn't want to get into farming is social stigma. People ask you what are you doing, and if you say that you are a farmer, I think things are changing. Many educated people are coming into farming, so I feel in next few years people may come, educated people or people, at least people who have really um, done some work in their in corporate sector, and they would realize that they need to spend some money which they have earned into farming. And people like me, I definitely have invested a lot of money into farming, and it's not really making big money. But if you are using technology, if you are using your knowledge to manage things, I think you can make profit also. So towards the end, I would want to say that with my experience, last 4 years of experience, yes, you need to be very patient. It's not that you can make quick money out of farming. It is risky, but I think we need to work with the nature. We need to make sure that we are working close to the nature. And if you are passionate about that, I think you can do it. For me, the reason was I love to work with the nature. I am a person who was like traveling to different countries over last 20 plus years, and I finally felt that it's time for me to settle down and do something good for the nature. And at least mainly my intention was to get into natural farming and grow my own food in the most natural way, which I feel to a very good extent I am successful. And I would be sharing my knowledge. I would really want to help other people, other youngsters who would want to get into farming and do something good for the nature, good for the people, good for the next generation. So that's all for now. Bye. Take care.